Rural always gives me a heart.
See me?
I can't. No.
All right, there we are. Okay, it wouldn't let they changed this software, and I guess I just hadn't got familiar with it yet. But here we are. We made it. But I wanted to come in here and say thank you guys for being here. I appreciate every one of you. We're getting close to a magic number on our subscriptions here. Right there, we're getting close to 4,000. So when we hit that number, when we hit 4,000, I'm going to give away a solar generator. So if you got some friends or neighbors you think might be interested in this, tell them to come on over and subscribe. We'll see if we can get that number up there and give away that generator. All right, let's see who we got with us tonight. Looks like Raiders in the house. What's up, my friend? Wanda Landry's with us, and Debbie Jones. Yeah, and our Coosie traffic. It's a mess over there. I'm not surprised. Who else we got down here? Buzzman's with us. Yeah. All right. Who else we got? Come on down. Come on down. Lynn Stalker's in the house. Dr. C from North Carolina. He's up there in his cabin. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Michelle J. 1 week from tonight, tomorrow night.
What day is today?
Today's Wednesday.
We'll be in Macon tomorrow.
We'll be in Macon on next Thursday. We'll be going through Chattanooga. So if you're anywhere close to that, let's get together and work something out so we can do a little meet and greet. I know you're quite a ways away from there. So
we're going to Buc-ee's on Wednesday.
I understand. Our trip next week, all she's looking forward to is Buc-ee's.
I've never been.
She's never been to Buc-ee's. It's a big Wawa.
I know.
That's
all it takes
it
to make me happy. Take me to a gas station. You shouldn't be complaining.
All right, I'll remember that.
That's right.
I'll remember that.
The closest one's Daytona, though.
Yeah. All right, who else we got down here? Sports Mobile 83. And right here, boys and girls, this is the legend himself, Rural 2 IC. You got to go over and check that channel out. Like I told you before, he's got something new every day for you. It's always interesting, always fun, and helpful. So go over there and check out his channel. Come on down. Who else we got here? J1's with us. Yeah, and there's David T4, my man right there. Diane is with us. Demo Man Don. Tammy Joe. Yeah, there we go. She's one of the original cheerleaders.
Patriot Ordinance. Said to give her a call and they'd meet us. So you have to call her and figure out where.
Who?
Michelle.
Michelle. All right. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll give you a call tomorrow evening if that's okay. All right. Who else we got? Ridge. The Ridge Runner's with us. Yeah. Thank you, sir, so much. Come on down. There's the man right there. The real deal. Hill Bill. All right. The farmers in the house from the Republic of Michigan. How y'all looking for your governor's race? Ain't that coming up? What is it, next year, I think? All right. I'm still hoping Tudor Dixon wins up there. So we'll see what happens with that. Happy to see you with us. Yeah, come on. Who else? I'm getting close to the end here. Nishka's in the house. Thank you so much. Come on down. And Scruffy Scrubs. There we go. I hit the bottom. If I missed you guys, I'm sorry. Appreciate every one of you being here. You know I love you all, but hey, been a lot going on this week. Y'all know I don't talk about politics much, but I got to throw this one out there because it's so funny. It's ridiculous. Iran wants compensation for the damage done to their nuclear facilities when Donald Trump rubbed them out a few weeks ago.
We'll get right on that.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that man's reaction when he heard that? That's hilarious. You have to pay us for destroying our nuclear facilities. We were making bombs then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna do that. Let's just get right off on that. Yeah. There we go, Nishka. Thank you so much. Hit that like, y'all. I'd appreciate it. Let's try to bump this thing up a little bit. They're killing me on YouTube. You guys know that. That's the reason why I was thinking about changing the name. Anything that says prepper or anything firearms related or whatever, YouTube's trying to kill it. So I'm still considering that option. Might change it to OP Nation. If I do, I'll let you know. But I do see that probably coming in the very near future. Got to get that word prepper out of the title. They don't like that. But what we got right here, we've got Obama right on that. Yeah, there you go. He's the one that built it. He paid to build it. So I'm sure he was pissed off when it was destroyed. There's no doubt in my mind he paid to build it. All right. And this right here, this one's serious now. Let's get serious. All right. The NATO chief has warned that he believes that Xi and Putin will pull off simultaneous attacks to try to, I guess, fend off the United States. We're pretty much wiped out on our weapons. They know that. And they know if they set off simultaneous attacks in Eastern Europe for Putin and, of course, Taiwan for Xi, there's no way we can defend them. They know that. And when our NATO chief is telling us, you know, they see that happening probably in the very near future, you got to get ready for it. It's that simple. Because they get that intelligence that me and you will never see. They can't come right out and say these things, but they can drop hints. And that's why you need to get ready for it. That's why we're here for, right? To prepare. But there's a new weapon involved in that a lot of people don't know about. I don't like the color of that light. It's not the same as that one. That's hurting my eyes. Anyway, too late to deal with that. China has developed a drone that has a 1 gigawatt laser that is concentrated to take out electric power stations. They know they already have it. It's not a big secret. Everybody knows it. So thank goodness we have closed off the border a little bit. We might be able to keep those out of here, but I don't know if we will or not.
What is? How big is that thing?
That drone's probably about 4 or 5 feet.
Oh, okay.
Son is
doesn't
back.
Give you a context at all.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, son, for being with us. CC's in the house. There we go. We still got good folks dropping in. I appreciate it. But yeah, those drones they're pretty good sized drones. It's reported that those are like 4 to 5 feet wide, and the laser on them is very concentrated and very powerful. But it will only work once. But that's all it needs to work. If they launch 10 or 15 of those, and they take out power stations all across the United States, well, guess what? The whole country's blacked out. We kind of went over that last week about the East, the West, and the Texas power grid, and there was some back and forth about how Texas was separate. No, none of them are separate anymore, guys. None of them. They're all, here is a detailed map of the way the grid is right now. You can see that they're all tied together. They started out individually, but they have grown together over the years. So if one gets knocked out, guess what that does to the other two? It draws
all that wide open space.
It draws the power from the other two, and it knocks everything out. But with a coordinated attack, Department of Homeland Security and a couple of other U.S. intelligence sources have said in the past that all they'll have to take out is 9 substations around the United States to knock out the entire grid, to knock out the entire nation. They're strategic locations that they can hit and take out these little power little substations like we got right over here.
Mm-hmm.
They can take 9 of those out, and we're all in the dark. So you need to get ready for that.
CUCV Farmer said 12-gauge shotgun can take out a drone. It's also illegal to shoot down drones. Federal crime, I think. Would it be a crime if you shot down a foreign drone?
How you gonna know it's foreign?
Well, once you shoot it down, they find out it's foreign. Are you in trouble? Are you still in trouble?
You'll probably be in trouble until they tell you you're not. It's that simple. But that's not good for us, guys, because the way things are right now, they could sneak those things in pieces. They got so many, Chinese here in the United States now, Lin Chan or whatever the hell his name is over there. They can mail him like 20 pieces of it over a period of time, and he could put one together and bingo, it's in the air, And we know they spread the Chinese all over the country with bus tickets from the Biden administration. And they gave them $10,000 to establish themselves. So there we go. We got enemy fighters here in the United States that the United States financed to establish a residence somewhere in the country, and we don't know where. So, but you can bet your bottom dollar China knows where they are. They can send them a Temu package in a heartbeat.
Gotta love Temu.
But hey, just the lights are going to go out. I mean, even the White House told us that right there. I mean, you can see it. A blackout crisis looms here in the United States. The White House is talking about how, power plants that were closed down under the previous administration that weren't solar or wind, if they were just the coal generating plants or the fuel oil generating plants, they shut a lot of them down. And now we've got the grid stressed. And when you think about our grid was actually developed in the 1950s, and just basically expanded over the years. There's been no improvements. We're still running on 50s and 60s technology with our grid. And it's only stressed out. It's just stressed out. How many more people are there here now than there was when that system was developed? The population of the United States has doubled. So we're putting that much more stress on the grid. It's just not built for it. And eventually it's going to go down. And, the more of these power plants they close, the worse it gets. And the AI thing now, they're talking about how much power it's going to take to run these AI places. The one they're building, Google's building the biggest one in the world down in Austin, Texas, I think.
That power was going to be drained.
And it's
talking about,
it's going to be, the drain there is going to be massive. So they're having to actually build their own power plant. But it's not like there's more wind there to accommodate that, or more sun there. They're going to have to do it with either fuel oil or coal. It's probably going to be fuel oil, maybe nuclear. They might go nuclear with that one, since Google's paying for it. They'll probably just build a nuclear plant. I know that nuclear energy plants have been improved tremendously since we first started installing them. And now they can make really small ones. That's only just like 2 or 3 blocks is the entire size of this whole nuclear plant. But I don't know how safe they are. The technology hasn't been perfected yet, but I know it's possible. So I'm thinking pretty sure that's the way they'll go with that. But we'll see, I guess.
Rich Runner said there's a lot of Chinese workers in Maine doing the pop farms.
A lot of Chinese work. That don't surprise me one bit. We got Chinese everywhere. They're all military age, mostly men. Last estimate I heard was 400,000.
He went off grid.
So you don't really want a lot of that in your country, but it's too late. And that's something we're going to get into here in just a minute when we get to the point of this little live stream I got going here. So, well, we kind of segued into that. Let's go ahead and go with it. Right here. This is some of the social media posts that I've seen in the last few days. These and many, many, many others just like this, saying that the floods in Texas were a good thing. Texas is a conservative state. It's a red state, so they deserve it for that. They voted for Trump. They deserve it. You know, they're Christians. They deserve it. But we have gotten so tribal in this country over the last decade or decade and a half. That's what's destroying us. Our division, our lack of, empathy for other people, our harshness towards people we don't agree with. You know, I don't feel that way. Hopefully you don't feel that way. And the people there, I had to black their names out. I'm sure you saw that. I had to do that because I'm going to monetize this video as soon as it's over, and I can't use someone else's name without their permission if I'm trying to make 3 pennies that I'll make off this video. It's that simple. But it's just terrible the way things are getting right now. And, sure, we got a lot of problems with the people that came from outside and came in. And right now, our administration is trying to harness that, and the justice system is trying to stop him. That's part of that tribalism I was talking about. You got I hate to say the Democrats and the Republicans just like 2 tribes, because there are a lot of people that's in the middle that identify as both, and they're kind of in the middle. Kind of like me. I'm a libertarian. Very, very conservative, monetary wise, law and order, military, death penalty. Yeah. Okay. Abortion. No. There's 2 guys next door that are married. I hope they have a great life as long as they keep it over there. None of my business. But, there's just not enough people that can reason anymore. We're so divided. And you can trace that back to what I called in the description here, patient zero. These 2 guys right here. They're the ones that caused all this problem. I remember back, in the 80s and 90s when everything was supposed to be so bad, according to these 2 guys, we didn't have that kind of problem. There was no racial problems. None at all. But the Manchurian candidate there from Kenya got in power, and our population had been liberalized and dumbed down so bad over 2 generations of politicians running our education system. They were easy to persuade. When they started telling people that if somebody says something bad to you, that's an assault. No, it's not. That's just somebody talking bad to you. What did we say back in our days? Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. No, not anymore. These people think if you call them a bad name, then you assaulted them. How ridiculous is that? That's the kind of things they have indoctrinated into Americans. Like I said, over the last 2 generations. When the Democrats took power in the 70s and Jimmy Carter started the Department of Education, that's what this was all about. It was a long game from the start. They knew it was going to take years to do it. And they finally got to the point to where it is right now. College students, are just basically morons and haters. You got people graduating high school, they can't read a book or ad. But when they watch CNN and somebody tells them Donald Trump's a Nazi, boy, they buy right into that. But that's just part of our problem. The biggest part of our problem is that we got away from God. Okay? I'm about to get preachy here. If you don't like it, go ahead and go. Just leave. I don't care. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you what I think. We got away from God. We replaced religion and our life and our society with politics. And that's what part of what got us so tribal. How do you think this country was founded? Okay? you had a bunch of farmers, a bunch of dirt farmers fighting the most powerful nation, military power in the world at that time. And Americans stood up and defeated them. It was because every night they hit their knees and they asked God to help them, asked God to lead them, asked God to give them directions. That's how we got where we are. That's how we became a nation. You know, you can't take muskets and beat cannons normally without divine help. It's that simple. We turned away from God. We turned away from what made us the country that we were. Now, Lady Prepper asked me today why I titled this, Why America Died. This is why. It's dead, guys. It's never coming back. Never. The way it is right now, it will never come back. Nobody's going to get into power and turn this country around. And if they do, if that one magical person shows up and all of a sudden everybody's in this kumbaya, mood about this great person that's going to save us all, then I'm thinking Antichrist, okay? I might just be a dumbass redneck, but that's where I'm going to go with that. If all of us come together for this one person that's going to make us great again, going to take care of all of our problems, yeah, I'm thinking Antichrist. I've already read that book. Okay, look, I'm getting wound up now.
Well, this will give you some levity. Rural wants to start another party called the Preparedness Party, and they want you to run for president in 2028.
Yeah.
So,
y'all don't want me to be
well, my
president.
answer was, "Oh Lord."
Honestly, if they just let me alone and let me take care of things, it would take about a month to get all this straight. But them days are over. That's never going to happen in this country. We're dead. America, there was a time an American could go anywhere in the world, anywhere, and nobody would threaten them because they knew the people wherever they went, in Europe, South America, Asia, wherever, they knew that the power of the United States was behind that individual. And we're not that strong anymore. Nobody fears the United States anymore. We're getting a little bit of that back under this administration. But like I said, our own judicial system is fighting the guy that's trying to get the country back on track. I don't know if you heard about it, but already 2 judges have violated the Supreme Court ruling on Donald Trump's immigration, deporting people. 2 of them. They've already done it.
Just because they say it doesn't mean it's going to happen, right?
Well, I'm sure Donald Trump said, okay,
Yeah, I would say,
F him, run that guy out of here.
yeah.
But that's just, everything is so tribal. Nobody cares about law and order. Nobody cares about right and wrong. Nobody cares about what's good for this country anymore. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. I should say a lot of people.
I was going to stop you because I think all of us care.
A lot of people don't care anymore.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
And
about.
a lot of them are in high places that are doing their best to destroy this country. That's like those social media posts there a while ago. All those people talking about how Texas deserved that because, Donald Trump had cut, DEI hires, and Donald Trump had cut the National Weather Service, and Texas is, a red state. No, none of that was true. None of it. And somebody told these people that. They didn't think of that on their own.
Mm-mm.
But by them hearing that, it supported their beliefs that they've been told for the last 12 years that Donald Trump's a Nazi. Donald Trump don't care about people of color. It supported their beliefs that they've been hearing their entire lives. The people that do that, they're like 20 years old, 20, 22, 23.
I love one comment said, now that they've taken care of Texas, let the hurricanes get in Florida.
Yeah. This one person wanted Florida to get wiped out. But half of their life, more than half of their life, they've been told that the man running this country and his administration and the way he's taking things is wrong, and they believe it because they've heard it since they were a child. That's the kind of thing that's killing this country. Instead of, believing CNN, You know what them people need to do? They need to hit their knees and they say, God, please help me see the light, help me see what's right. You know, I want to be that person that helps get this country back on track. They won't do it. But like I said, people have replaced religion with politics. And that is the only thing that is tearing this country apart. We turned away from God. Now, if one day there's a great revival and we do turn things around, I'll be the first one to say, praise Jesus. He stepped in there. He took care of this problem I didn't think could be fixed, but nothing is beyond his ability, and I know that. All right, I didn't went off one way. I went the wrong way, I reckon. But, you know, do your part, guys. Get ready. I don't see an end to it. I mean, we know that, you know, when the federal government's telling us there's going to be blackouts. I think I have another little thing here. Let me see if I put that in here. About, remember I told you last week. There we go. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Last week I said, when you start seeing these public service announcements and, you know, you start seeing things on social media and, you know, in the news or something like that, you know, they're trying to give you a warning. Well, one popped up just the other day. I saw this. MSN posted it. Right there it is. 13 things to do when the power grid fails permanently. Well, a lot of what they said was stupid. I mean, they said, go out and get a radio. You're not going to get a radio. If it's too late then, you know, get you a first aid kit, get you some propane to cook with, you know, monitor the use of your battery powered devices. You know, that whole thing there was about things we should be doing now. You know, that was 3 or 4 of them there. There was a total of 13 of them. They're so elementary that we just do these every day. You just got to make sure that you stay on top of that, because when a liberal media source is telling you you need to get ready for the lights to go out, you need to get ready for the lights to go out. It's that simple. They see it coming, and the White House telling you that. You know what to do. If you don't, if you got any questions, shoot me an email. I'll help you. I'll help you get ready. All right. But like I said, I can't believe I saw that a couple of days ago. And I just said last week, look for these kind of things. Mm-hmm. And then, bam, they popped up.
Yep.
And that was just one of them. I've probably seen 3 or 4 of them since then.
There's a lot more preppers out there than we think, I think.
What we got here? Come on, man. Don't be part of the problem. We need solutions.
That's a whole long conversation.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully if somebody created a problem there, y'all wipe that butt out.
They're just conversing.
Oh, you still love me? I appreciate it. Did I say something wrong?
No, you said you got off on a rant.
Yeah, I did. I did indeed. But hey, just keep prepping, guys. Keep getting ready. You see the handwriting's on the wall. I told you it was coming. And that bing, it starts popping up. There it is. I got a couple things for you before I get out of here. First one, it's Amazon Prime Days. That runs through tomorrow. If you need anything, you know, prepper related or whatever, just go over and check it out. They got some good prices on stuff. I bought more cameras for our surveillance system here because I got a good price on them. But there's a lot of good stuff over there that will help you out. Never stop preparing. That's right, Nishka. You're absolutely right. Never stop preparing. It's an ongoing process. When you get to that point where you say, well, I think I'm done. I got pretty much everything ready.
Craig said he got a solar generator for 59% off.
There we go. All right. Good deal, brother. Good deal. Like I said, when we hit that 4,000 subscribers, I'm going to give one away. One more thing I want to share with you before I get out of here. I found out the other day, if FEMA is in your area working, their 2-meter radio frequency is 138.255. So if you have a ham radio, you can listen in on them. You can communicate with them if you have to. We've got a lot of storms coming up. There's already one brewing out there. don't look too good. It just came off the African coast. So keep your eyes on that. Go over and if you're here in Florida or along the coast, watch Brian Shields, Mr. Weatherman. That dude is on top of it.
Yep.
He stays on top of it every day. He posts something up there for you to keep an eye on out on what's coming. So, all right, I got my little rant out of the way.
And we won't be here next week.
Oh, next week there will not be a live stream. See, I knew I'd forget it. There will not be a live stream next Thursday night. Ain't planning on it at all. I'll be traveling, but there will be one the following week. I'm sure I'll drop a video or two over the next week or so, even though I will be traveling a little bit. But next Thursday night, I'm going to take a break. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Why would you not take a break?
I'm going to meet family, remember?
Oh, yeah. It's all good.
Hopefully you love your family as much as I love mine, but they ain't like mine. You talk about a dysfunctional family. Whoa. What? But, all right, guys, I think I've had enough. If you got any
People are
questions?
asking about manipulating the weather and if weather is a weapon now.
Right now, the weather, the only thing I know for a fact that works, that they do, is seed clouds. And I know that will create rain. They think that's part of the problem, what happened in Texas. But as far as the things with, they say, I think it's called HARP or something like that, some kind of weather control thing. I don't think there's any proof that that works. I'm not going to say it does until I hear that there's proof that it does. So I don't believe that. I know they're trying. I don't blame them for trying. But I think the best way to control the weather is ask the Lord to make it stop raining, just like George Patton did when he was in North Africa. All right, then. I love you all. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you probably. I know we'll see you in 2 weeks. Might drop something out there live in the next week or so. But if I do, it'll be a drop-in. It won't be something scheduled like Thursday night. So stay strong, keep prepping, and pray for the USA. The Orlando Prepper is out.